Life, at its core, is nothing but a series of unfolding surprises. Events happen without warning, moments take us to places we never expected, and decisions shape paths we could never have dreamed of. But more important than these surprises themselves is how we receive them and how we give them meaning within us. The true beauty of life is not in what happens to us, but in the way we choose to face those moments. In short, it is about beautifying life with our own hands, rather than waiting for it to come to us beautifully. This is Carl, a successful businessman who runs a large technology company. He has a charming yet somewhat arrogant personality, accustomed to being the center of attention wherever he goes. Despite his professional success, he feels an emotional void due to his previous failed relationships, which were often superficial and insincere. Carl always prioritizes work above everything else and does not believe in true love. And this is Nora, an ambitious and cheerful young woman who works as a freelance interior designer. She has a great passion for transforming spaces into beautiful and comfortable areas. She lives a simple life, but dreams of becoming one of the most famous designers in the country. Nora is known among her friends as someone who can always bring a smile to people's faces, even in the toughest situations. Carl and Nora, these two individuals, do not yet know that fate has tightly woven their threads together, and that every step each of them has taken up to this moment has been leading them toward one another. One day, Nora goes to Carl's company building to present an interior design for a new project. As she enters, she accidentally bumps into Carl, who is coming out of the elevator while talking on his phone.
Do you know there's something called looking?
And do you know there's something called apologizing?
Carl looks at her in surprise, but notices her boldness and quick wit in responding. When he asks her why she's there, she tells him she came to present a design for an important project. He mocks her, saying,
All right, let's see if you're worth my time.
Nora pretends not to be affected by his words and starts presenting her idea. During the presentation, she tries to use the projector to display her design, but encounters a technical issue because the device isn't properly connected to the computer. She presses buttons randomly, which accidentally projects a personal photo of her wearing a clown hat from a previous party.
What? Is this your plan to convince me?
This isn't part of the presentation. Clearly, the technology here doesn't like me.
Nora tries to fix the problem quickly, but she accidentally presses another button, causing another funny picture of her eating pizza in a comical way to appear. Carl laughs uncontrollably, while Nora tries to hide her embarrassment.
Well, now you know how I make meetings more fun.
I didn't realize you're also specialized in entertainment.
Finally, Nora manages to fix the issue and displays her actual design. Carl is impressed by her work, but tries to hide it. When Nora asks for his opinion, he replies briefly and coldly.
All right, it's not bad. But it's not great either.
Feeling frustrated and angry, Nora quickly gathers her things and says,
All right, thank you for your precious time. And I hope I don't have to see you again.
Carl responds with the same coldness.
I completely agree. Have a nice day.
Carl and Nora part ways, both feeling uncomfortable with each other, each thinking the other is annoying and overly arrogant. Little do they know that fate will bring them together once again, whether they like it or not. 2 weeks later, Carl travels to another city to attend an important work conference. During the meeting, he encounters the chairman of a competing company, who asks him,
Carl, you are a successful and dedicated man in your work. But how do you balance your busy professional life with your personal life? Do you have a wife who supports you, or do you think no one can handle someone like you?
Carl feels embarrassed, and his pride doesn't allow him to answer honestly. He responds vaguely,
Yes. I have someone who always supports me.
The chairman seems pleased with the answer and insists on inviting Carl and his wife to a formal gala in 2 weeks. The problem is that Carl isn't married, but he feels that admitting this might make him appear weak or unstable in front of everyone. It is at this moment that he begins to think of alternative solutions. Returning to the city, Carl decides to look for someone who can help him execute his plan. By chance, he sees Nora again at a nearby cafe where she is working on her laptop. He remembers their first meeting and feels that she might be the right person for this charade since no one in his work circle knows her. He approaches her and sits down without asking, which annoys her.
Do you think the chair belongs to you? Who gave you the right to sit without asking and act however you please?
I need your help with something. Just hear me out before you say no.
He then explains the idea.
I need you to pretend to be my wife for just 1 month. There's going to be a formal event, and I want to appear stable and successful in front of everyone.
What? Are you serious?
Of course. You won't lose anything. If you agree, I'll fully support your project.
Nora turns away from him and quickly replies.
No, thank you. I'm too busy presenting designs to people who are less arrogant than you.